What really happened to your team? Things went bad, we got ambushed. Ambrose squints appraisingly at you. His expression is unreadable. A perfect poker face. I must not have been doing a good job of Overwatch. That ambush killed everyone else. Eventually, it even killed Karen. With his 3 fingers, Ambrose points to the place tubes emerge from his side. My liver and kidneys are machines in my wheelchair. I've lost about half my body. I'm in chronic pain. And every night it's the same thing. Nightmares, they never end. If I had any part in the end of the crew, well, I've paid with almost everything. It's still less than nothing. Ambrose is suddenly overcome with emotion. It seems to catch him by surprise. His poker face cracks in an agonal grimace, and tears well up in his eyes. After an instant he masters himself, and his stony face returns. What matters now is making something productive of my life. I mean it when I say I'm just about the luckiest guy in the world. You're admitting that your negligence killed your team? Are you saying you had a part in the ambush? Uh, you're right, you're just about the luckiest guy in the world. Still to doublespeak, what happened to your team? All messed up in hiding and alone, you don't sound lucky to me. Are you admitting that your negligence killed your team? I mean, who knows, right? Only he knows. You're right, you're just about the luckiest guy in the world. I'm glad you understand. In the end, it doesn't really matter to me, right? Like, it doesn't make any difference to me in the end. In the Mustang photo, is that your son? Ambrose gets very still. The robotic arms tinkering around you suddenly stop, and seems to sag. The only sound is the rumble and hum of the electro furnaces. When he speaks, his voice is slow. That's me when I was younger. Look at the timestamp. It was taken in 2034. I don't have a son. I don't have anyone back in the UCAS. He slowly shakes his head. I never did. I've got nothing else to say about it. I hope you can understand that. Ah, very well. He shakes his head sadly. Damn, that was a good car. Do you know anything about an Archaeopteryx on the BBS? What, like the bird? Uh, yeah, a little bird whom I watched divert attention from a very good rigger doc and deftly fish for information on one of Icebreaker's old associates. What? What are you implying? Wait, that it's me? Ambrose breaks into a smile that is sunny, though possibly a bit forced. Hey, I'm flattered, I really am, but I stay away from the BBS. That world's behind me. Although I suppose if I ever found someone with whom I had unfinished business... Ambrose's voice dropped several octaves for just a moment. I'd be a real angry cuss. Hmm. Thanks Ambrose, just had to ask. No problem. Welcome to the shadows, SAKC. He smiles knowingly at you, but not in an unkindly way. Enjoy your stay. Let me just check again. Cyberware. I don't need medical supplies, alright? Oh man, hey look, there's more stuff than before. Suprathyroid. Artificial gland that supersedes the thyroid's metabolic functions. +1 to all physical... +1 to all physical attributes. All physical attributes. Quickness and range combat, throwing weapons. Passive +6% to hit. Hey, that's great. Wide reflexes. There's a lot of There's a lot of cyberware and bioware. It's getting a little bit crazy, like how many of these things there are. Synthicadium! +1 dodge, +1 throwing weapons. Synthicadium Mark II. Dodge, throwing weapons, movement. Anyway, I'm not getting any of those. Goodbye, Ambrose. Cheese and security. Talk to you later. Oh, we're not gonna get paid for our last job, right? I kind of dread talking to this dysfunctional family, to be honest. These guys. All right, let's do the rounds. The young troll bouncer is as far from alert as he's likely ever been. Men and women pass through the front door without earning even a glance from Freddy. He just taps away at the screen of a tablet, oblivious to the world. I think someone just carried in a nuke, Freddy. You taking a break, Freddy? Uh-huh. Perf to Freddy. He finally looks up. Oh, it's you. Sorry about that. Just making some final arrangements. My father thinks I'm not ready for the big time. He thinks I'm not strong enough, or resourceful enough, or whatever, but I'm proving him wrong already. What if the next time he's just dead? See, I got it all figured out. The Hell Thunder crew has been spotted to the south mostly, out among the islands there. Oh, you're gonna die. The Star Ferry service operates all through that region, so I just need to head down to Stanley and start hopping ferries until I hear the drums. They play the drums, did you know that? That's why I've been practicing. I've got a plus-size capsule reserved at the Dynasty Mansions in Stanley. And I've got enough cash to cover that and the ferry rides for about 2 months. And get this, Stanley is also known as Chek Choi. Jack Soy. Which means wait, what? Which means bandit's post. Chak Choi. Cantonese, am I right? Why? Because of pirates. It's a sign, I'm telling you. I've also got a lead on someone with the Tolo Vori down there who may be able to help. He's got connections inside Yamatetsu. Yamatetsu is a mountain iron, and they pretty much run the marine department these days. They monitor the ships coming and going. So if pirates hit, they'll know, and once they know, my guy will make sure I know. It's all coming together. I'll show my bar what I'm made of. I'm leaving as soon as I get my loose ends tied up. Don't do it, Freddy. I don't think piracy is in your blood. He doesn't even understand that his father wasn't a pirate? Don't do it, Freddy. I don't think piracy is in your blood. What are you saying? You've heard me talk about my bar back in his glory days. It's got to be in me somewhere. I don't think your father was actually a pirate, just a smuggler. What's the difference? I mean, it's all the same, isn't it? Isn't it? No, smuggler is like delivery. Like it's a delivery person. A pirate kidnaps people. Well, they kill people and steal their ships. Shit, now you've got me all confused. I suppose I don't have to leave immediately. One more day to stew and it won't matter much. Just sleep on it, Freddy. Okay? Alright, at least we get a chance to talk to him a little bit. Your dad wasn't a pirate, man. He's just he was a smuggler and he wasn't even very good at it. Callum is in a rare state, steeped neither in melancholy nor in alcohol-fueled oblivion. His excitement can barely be held back by the corners of his mouth, and this comes in stark contrast to the dread hanging over Hiyoi. This is it, SKC, it's actually happening! It's happening! What's happening? My chance! My stepping on up! It's official, my ship has finally come in. My mother won't approve, my father won't care, and my brother won't understand, but this opportunity is too great to pass up. Certainly you can see that. Seems almost too good to be true. You don't know the half of it. Mr. Tai confessed to something else. They performed a genetic test after our dinner. He says I'm his son. You sure are. It all makes sense now. I've never fit in here, and I'm nothing like my father or my brother. Don't you see? My mother had an affair with Mr. Tai. All her attempts to keep me down were really just efforts to save face. She couldn't let anyone know her shame, that Henry isn't my father. I mean, yes, but it doesn't matter now. My real father has found me, and he's going to give me the life I always deserved. Is he? For starters, he's invited me on a Baihu corporate retreat for execs and their families. He wants me to meet his wife and his 2 daughters. Imagine that! I've got 2 little half-sisters. I can't wait to leave all this behind. I'm happy for you. I don't know about this. This is still your family, Callum. But can't you see how I'm hurting here? This is the first time I've been sober in years. This is my chance. I should throw that away? For what? A father who's not my real father? A mother who lied to me? A brother whose greatest joy is hurling bodies into the street? Well, first of all, this father is the father who raised you, like who put food on your table, right? The other father wasn't around. He wasn't the one who paid your bills, sent you to school. We can't choose our families, but we can choose to stand by them. But I can choose, can I? That's what this is all about. But maybe you're right, I need to think about this. Follow your ambitions, Callum. Get out there after it. There's a lot at stake here, and that world isn't always as it seems. Think about it for a while. Leaving the family you have for Matthew Tai would be a big mistake, Callum. Don't do it. I mean, I think he should go, but I don't think he should cut ties with like, I don't think he should burn any bridges here. I mean, I think he should get to know Matthew Tai. Like, he should get to know his biological father. And there's no harm in, like, going to this retreat of his just to, like, talk and meet his other family. But I wouldn't expect... I wouldn't hang everything on that, if you're that one. But that doesn't let... the game doesn't let me say that. There's a lot at stake here, and that world isn't always as it seems. Think about it for a while. Callum nods thoughtfully. Thanks, SCKC, I will. Alright, well, you think about it, man. The game finally lets us talk to these people. Henry stands unmoving at the back of the club, staring blankly at a wall. Had the wall been built with a window, the view afforded would lead straight out to sea. But as it is, the old troll stares at nothing. I've come to a decision. And you're gonna lay this on me, I take it. It felt like you were wrestling with something. I have, and here it is. I can't do it any longer. I can't keep on going this way. I'm just so tired, and not just because of the dreams disturbing my sleep at night. I was weary of this world long before that. If anything, the dreams simply serve to underscore the truth. I don't belong here. You belong wherever you choose to belong, man. Come on. I've known it for a long time, I just couldn't admit it to myself. I tried my best for the sake of Ermine and the boys. But I'm more a burden to them than a help. Better for me to be out of their hair. You're not a burden on anyone, you just stand there all day. you just stand in the corner of the room all the time, like you're not a burden? This just isn't my world anymore. Likely it never was, but maybe there's still a world out there for me. Somewhere on the water, or maybe the only world for me is back in the past. All I know is that it's not here. When my number is up, whether it's tomorrow or years from now, I'll just slip into the water, less of a burden in death than I was in life, simple and neat. The tide is going out, it's time I went with it. Sounds like you'd be happier out there. Would he be happier out there? I don't think he would be happier out there. What's out there? Nothing. Won't your family miss you? Nobody ever found peace by running, Henry. Like, what is your problem anyway? Like, what are you looking for? I'm trying to think of like all our previous conversations with this guy. He talks about smuggling. He talks about like being bad at smuggling. And Irving being a better business person than him. Right? No, and then there was the time where they were supposed to rescue a bunch of people, and then when they got there, the people had like their limbs hacked off, and they realized it was going to be an ambush, so they just bailed and then left those people to die. Do you want to go back to that? You want to go back to pirates hacking innocent people to pieces, and then when you find them, you can't even save them because if you try to save them, the pirates will kill you? You want to go back to that? Won't your family miss you? It'll be no different than when I was working. They survived fine back then, and they'll be better equipped to survive now. They'll be fine. There was a difference. You always came back before. I suppose. But did they need me to? Did they want me to? This fucking guy. Now I don't know. A moment ago it all seemed so clear. Henry, don't throw away what you love. Your family needs you. Are you crazy, man? You're old, dude. You're not going back out there. Just like sit in the corner and live quietly, right? Like live the rest of your years quietly in the corner of the club and just what are you doing? What are you doing, old man? Give it some time, the ocean will always be there. Henry, don't throw away what you love. Your family needs you. I mean, Frederick needs him, to be honest. Frederick needs Henry to like have a serious long talk with him about the sea. Henry nods, slowly, silently, like a ship rocking gently in the swell. I guess you're right. It's not about me, is it? I may not belong here, but that doesn't mean it's not my place. At sea, my duty was to the ship. Now I guess my duty is to them. Yes, it is, Henry. Why don't they talk to each other? Why am I talking to them? I mean, hell colored the truth